I started on TikTok in August 2021. In April, I was in a prayer time with some friends at church, and we were praying for each other, and I felt that I heard from God, I want you to stand up in the crowd. And I knew what that meant. I had been impressed by God and kind of inspired over the last several months that I should start posting on YouTube talking about the Christian life and stuff. And I had not been doing it, although I knew I really should do it and I needed to do it. It was something God was kind of pushing me to do. And then he said, I want you to stand up in the crowd. And so I started posting on YouTube. And I was trying to be diligent about it, but the videos I was posting weren't getting hardly any response. And it was hard for me to keep going. So I would do it pretty sporadically. But one day I got TikTok. I was sitting in bed after church and I was just like, I just scrolled it, see what's going on here. And I saw these people talking about Jesus and preaching. And I was like, hey, they seem to be getting a lot of response from that. I was like, wow. And so I was like, I could do that. I got something to say. And what really got my heart was most of the people were talking about, you got to get saved. You got to get saved. You got to get saved, like over and over and over again. I was like, okay, good. That's good. People need to get saved. Yes. But I wanted to talk about the Christian life. Like, what do you do after you get saved? It's not just about salvation. We got to walk with Jesus every day of our life. We got to meditate on the Bible and let it get into our very being and renew our minds and see life transformation continue in all aspects of our life. And I just felt like not a lot of people were talking about that on here. So I started posting short videos on TikTok. I think back then you could only do 60 seconds. And I was like, wow, how can I get into 60 seconds? I'm not a very short, it's hard for me to do short stuff. But I did it. And, the first week or two, I was getting like about 300 views every time. And I was like, okay, well, it's okay. It's better than YouTube, but it's kind of fun. Not really. But I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it every day. And then in August 2021, I had a video blow up, and I woke up in the morning. I posted it at night, and I woke up in the morning and I had all these notifications. I could not believe it. I heard this quote from Bill Johnson, which really got me going. And the quote goes, read the Bible until it starts to read you. And I was like, whoa, that is so right on. Actually, I did like a 2.5 minute video on it. I think they let us do 3-minute max videos. That was what it was. 3 minutes was the limit. And man, that thing just blew up. I had like 20,000 views by the time I woke up in the morning, and it just kept growing and growing. I could not believe the amount of comments and people that were just saying, oh wow, that so blessed me, that message, And it was basically like, it's really humbling. You're like, holy moly, like I just spoke to like a stadium of people. This is an incredible opportunity. Wow. When he said stand up in the crowd, he really meant it. Like, this is incredible. And like, my channel was so small, and my channel grew so many more followers in just a day or 2 or 3. And then I was like, whoa, this is amazing. I love this. So I actually get to preach the stuff that God's putting on my heart, and lots of people get to hear it. Pastors would love to be able to have a full church every Sunday, but so many do not. And yet I can sit here in my bedroom and talk as much as I want about the things of God, and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands will hear it and be blessed, and God will use that he's given me, and I've stood up in the crowd to preach it out. It will minister to people, and it's just amazing. I'm so thankful to God for the TikTok algorithm. I'm telling you, these people, the Chinese communists, I don't know if the people who run TikTok are communists, but whatever, they're Chinese. But the thing about it, that an atheist communist nation can produce something like TikTok and enable us to preach the gospel And the things of God all over the world blows my mind. I would go up to all my preacher friends and my evangelist friends and all these other people I knew and would say, you gotta get on here. This is an amazing opportunity. And some people saw the light and some people were like, I was like, what's wrong with you? I mean, it's so easy to do. I mean, just stand up in your room and put the camera on and say the stuff that it's already on your heart. It's burning on your heart to tell to the world. So anyway, I was just on fire. I mean, as soon as you start getting some response and you see that people are actually paying attention to your videos, I mean, really a lot of times it's just a matter of getting in front of enough people that a certain percentage of those people will respond. And I'm not for everybody. And other guys, I don't get attracted to. Their message doesn't hit me, but it hits others, and praise God. So this app gave the opportunity to the common person to go out into the world and preach the good news. Unbelievable. I was motivated then. I was like, whoa, I can actually sit here in my quiet time chair, listen to God, meditate on the word, get something, and maybe he'll drop something in my heart to say, and I'll go say it. And then other people can be blessed by it. My goodness. And it's so immediate. Like, we are blessed to be a blessing. I mean, I don't have to go wait to talk at a church. I don't have to call my friend or anything. I mean, I do those things, but I can just turn on my camera and take the things that God has blessed me with and give them to others. So that blessing is multiplied. So basically, the last 3 years, I've posted almost every day for 3 years. The last 6 months or so, it's been more sporadic. And I'm going to put some videos out about that on my YouTube channel coming up, about why I have dropped my consistency. But it was this last year, 2024, that I had more viral videos than ever. I had some that went over 1 million. These videos with Jeff Hilliard, this pastor down in Texas, they went mega viral. Check out this fun fact. I was in the creativity program with TikTok, and I got like $5,000 when it was all said and done from posting videos during that little season. I was just like, holy moly, the Chinese communists paid me $5,000 to preach the gospel. Oh my goodness. This is just the best. And here's the other amazing thing. Jeff, who has a book called Former Pharisee, and that book was on Amazon and it was doing okay. But man, after I posted those videos and they went viral, Jeff told me later that his book just sold a lot of copies. And I was like, wow, what an amazing thing. So I'm just so thankful that God told me to stand up in the crowd and that this app was there and gave us the opportunity for this time to put content out like this. I'm hoping that maybe somehow, some way that it can be turned back on for the US again somehow. I am not done with preaching the gospel, preaching the good news, and talking about the things of God and telling God stories. I am so grateful that this happened at that time in my life at 2021. It was quite a season of me really coming back to a deeper place with God again after being very dry for a long time. And this app gave me the opportunity to share the things that God had been reminding me of and giving me fresh revelation on. The enemy hates it when we speak the truth out, especially to other people. And when we share the good things of God that he's given us to other people, it just multiplies the goodness. We are supposed to be sharing the good news and sharing the good things that he gives us with other people. And I know that me doing that on a regular basis, not sporadically, is key to my growth in God. Having the ability to do the thing that he created me to do was, oh my gosh, what a blessing. I didn't have to be like, oh, I wonder if so-and-so will let me speak at church or this home group or whatever. A lot of times it was like so sporadic where I got to share. But now I can share all the time. And so what a world we live in, guys. It was not like this in like the year 2000 when I first turned on to Jesus. So anyway, If you've been watching my content, if you're one of my subscribers or followers, thank you so much for just joining in the fun. I love reading the comments of when people are being ministered to by whatever I shared, or just if in any way I was able to help the Bible come alive and help you get to know Jesus more. That's like the deepest honor of my life, to be able to do that. Because the guys that have done that for me, like Oswald Chambers and Andrew Murray and Andrew Womack, like these guys, I'm just like so grateful for them, because they've kind of taken me by the hand and said, here's Jesus. Let's go down the path. And I am so grateful to those guys. Because without that instruction and kind of guidance, I would not be where I am today. And I'm so grateful. And that is what God has created us all. You can be a famous person on TV, or you can just be somebody like your next door neighbor. Doesn't matter. We are called to be the body and help each other and share the goodness of God with each other. Be brothers and sisters. That's what we do. So I'm so grateful for any amount of time you've listened to my stuff, and I pray that God blesses you and just gives you more and more and more insights and revelation to go deeper in intimacy with Him. So I'm not done. I've been engaging more on my channel on YouTube. I would love it if you would join me there. I have an email list at thedeeperlife.co. I'm going to be engaging more on that list, but that's a great way for us not to lose touch. I'm also on Instagram. Just search for The Deeper Life. You'll see it. And when you get over to one of those places, drop a comment or reply to an email and just tell me, hey, I came over from TikTok. Just say hi. So keep going for God, guys. Keep meditating on the Word, renewing your mind, and let's keep being friends somewhere else. I love you guys. Peace.